तव कथामृतं तप्तजीवनं कविभिरीडितं कल्मषापहं श्रवणमङ्गलं श्रीमदाततं भुवि गृह्णन्ति ये भूरिदा जनाः भुवि गृह्णन्ति ये भूरिदा जनाः. Sri Ramakrishna's vision, welfare of all humans, the entire world. He wants peace. He pours love. He expects all to pour their love without seeking anything in return, and do all the duties of life so that the world moves in perfect harmony and the individual evolves. So this perfect harmony within the human, without, that is, external harmony with nature, with the divine, is how we move in the path of evolution. And evolution, naturally, when we are social beings, include the social evolution and individual evolution. And individually also we see there are two aspects of life. One is the progress, prosperity in life. The other is attainment of God. Abhyudaya and Nishreyasa. Sri Ramakrishna wants the Abhyudaya to be in such a way, the elevation of human prosperity must be in such a way, nobody should get harmed, nature should not get harmed, and the whole social structure must be evolving. And individually, the soul must be reaching God by destroying the animalhood within, by transcending the humanhood and manifesting the inner divinity. So, Sri Ramakrishna has been offered sweets, and how joyfully Sri Ramakrishna is to take food that is offered by a devotee, and the most relishing part would be the way in which the sweets or the food is prepared, from which money, that hard-earned money with sweat and illegal way of earning, way of earning, the food prepared out of it, Sri Ramakrishna was not able to touch even. And we see honest earning, and then the lovingly prepared with great dedication that he used to relish with great interest. When they were offered to him, both Bhavanath and Hazra also received their share. When they were offered to him, the sweets were placed in front of Master, and all our Tagore used to take a piece or two. The rest will be offered to others. it is something like prasad reaching everyone. So when it is offered to others, all are trying to take up and touch their head and eat. When it was brought to M, Master is telling, oh, he is like one of the family. We need not worry about him. The devotees who have come with Master, like Bhavanath and Hazra, they know the value of prasad. It is prasad of the Master. They have a sense of guruhood, but not the divinehood, godhood. They are not yet feeling Sri Ramakrishna is avatara. And a few have already come to know, just like Sri Ramakrishna used to say that when Rama was born, with birth itself, many knew that he was, 12 sages knew that he was God incarnate. For rest of the others, he was only Dasharatha's son. Like a few souls, like Girish Chandra Ghosh, who had 125% faith in the Sri Ramakrishna being avatara, and his own guru, Bhairavi Brahmani, challenges anyone who can come to her and debate over Sri Ramakrishna's divinehood, who has experienced the realized souls like Bhairavi Brahmani is on one side, the one who are well versed in scriptures, the Goswamis, those people, and on the other side, full of faith in and belief in the words of the realized souls and feeling themselves in the heart of heart his incarnation like Girish Chandra Ghosh. So these three people knew that Sri Ramakrishna is, for all others, he is something great which their heart understands but intellect cannot conceive. And for them, it is they will be having a sense of he is Guru. He is Guru for the world. He is the teacher for the world. To that extent, they understand. Because of the absolute purity he is manifesting, absolute simplicity he is manifesting, absolute knowledge and absolute bhakti. Along with it stands the universal love that loves every jiva. So for them, this is prasad. So our Vidyasagar is not yet intimately known Sri Ramakrishna. He is just seen and is telling, oh, he is like one of the family, we need not worry about him. And M is not taking the food as just the sweetmeat taken by Sri Ramakrishna and left over, that M is taking as the supreme prasad, as if we take the Jagannath prasad. Sri Ramakrishna used to say, Jagannath Anna Prasad, the Ganga Jal and Vrindavan Raj, the dust of Vrindavan, are not belonging to this Prakriti nature. This is aprakrita vastu in the Prakriti, which makes the man completely purified, giving bhakti, jnana, means all the obstructions to reach that state is being dissolved by them. Vrindavan Raja, this Jagannath Puri, rice prasad, used to take a grain. Anybody takes, there will be spring of devotion from his heart. All that obstructs the flow of heart is dissolved. So for M, it is like that. The prasad of the Master is something supreme, and Vidyasagar is not able to view his feelings yet. A day will come when he will be in that state to understand that every soul must share this. Now he is taking it as just a sweetmeat and telling, oh, he is like our family member. Means he has every right to enter inside the kitchen and take and eat. So much of freedom. Even whether you give or not, it doesn't matter. Referring to a young devotee, the master said to Vidyasagar, oh, he is a nice young man and is sound at the core. He is like the river Phalgu. The surface is covered with sand, but if you dig a little, you will find water flowing underneath. Below, the water will be. Phalgu river is associated with Gaya. Gaya, where the pindas for the forefathers, the offering for the forefathers are offered, and if you do the Shraddha there of the ancestors, you need not repeat it again and again. They will be fully satisfied, they will be fully released from their present state, all the bonds that they carry from here. So, there the offered pinda to be left in the river is not visible, its whole river is just a bed. If you dig little, you will see the water flowing below the sand. You can freely walk on the sand, you will not get even a drop of water anywhere, nor water touches your feet when you walk. There is not here and there ponds even. It is plain sand. But just with your hand, you can just dig and see a little below is water. So what they have done, small drums without bottom, they have pushed inside the earth and removed the water. It looks like a small well here and there where they can offer pindas. So this Phalgu river, Sri Ramakrishna is telling, the surface is covered with sand, but if you dig a little, you will find water flowing underneath. In well, water doesn't flow. Here in Phalgu river, you will see the sand is removed, the water is slowly sliding away. The Saraswati river also presently in Kashmir, at Saraswati river, is not visible. It is Guptagamini. But if you dig a particular regions, you will see the water flowing below. After taking some sweetmeats, after taking some of the sweets, the master with a smile began to speak to Vidyasagar. We have seen what does smile mean. It is expression of divinity. Just like love is expression of the Chaitanya within us, that is the Atman. The Atman expresses the self. Atman is the subjective ultimate. Brahman is the objective ultimate. The Atman, which is our subjective ultimate, it is flowing out as love. Similarly, the smile on the face is manifestation of the inner divinity, especially when it comes from the saints and sages. Here, before that, he is like regarding a person, Sri Ramakrishna is telling, oh, he is like he is a nice young man. Regarding a man, a person, Sri Ramakrishna is quoting, pointing to a young devotee. The name is not mentioned. The master is telling to Vidyasagar, he is a nice young man and is sound at core. Externally he is doing all the duties of life. Perhaps he might be going for studies also, we don't know. Young man means it can be anything, finishing his education or has finished and joined. But the way in Sri Ramakrishna is presenting here, the person is sound at the core. Externally nobody can identify or see or know, but if you go within him and see, he is at the core. He is sound. Sound means the spiritual essence, the spiritual status in which he exists. There is no kalmasha. It is pure and it is something like solid. Now, the spatika, the stone, transparent stone, when it is polished from all sides, how a crystal, how does it look like? The diamond and all that crystals, they are, that purity is seen, reflecting every point. A light enters a diamond, polished diamond, and it moves within, from surface to surface before it emerges out. One surface it enters, it will have number of surfaces, grinded and polished. It enters. After entering any prism, it bends. When the ray of light enters from rare to rarer media to denser media, it bends. And again it is in the denser region, and again when it comes out to the rarer density, it again bends. So the ray will come like this, bends like this. The surfaces are so made, the ray of light enters, it bends, but sees the another surface is there, it is reflecting. It is reflecting. By the time it comes out or dissolves there itself, its energy by reflecting within, is such that it looks so fine. It looks like a small bulb burning from within. It is just a rays which is coming from outside. It is getting collected and moving round. Wherever it emerges out, they collectively emerge, giving more light by itself. So this, if you see within, you will see that he is sound at the, that is, the divinity is moving round and round within him. The spiritual awareness inside is his connection with the divine is clear in his heart. From externally you cannot know anything. Perhaps he himself do not know. Sound at the core. He is like river Phalgu. The surface is covered with sand, but if you dig a little, you will find the water flowing underneath. Now, two aspects of human Sri Ramakrishna has depicted within a matter of a few minutes. Few minutes have passed. Just a few minutes back, he told, Mother, this boy is very much attached to the world. He belongs to the realm of ignorance. When he came and sat on the bench, he saw another boy sitting there. And he moved a little away. And sitting, he is still in ecstatic state. Ecstasy is coming down, looking at him. Sri Ramakrishna is telling, oh, he is. Now, just like he is sound at the core, he is loose at the core. He is inside. Everyone there is divinity, but it is kalushita. It is mixed with the adulterated form of divinity at the surface. If you go, of course, beyond certain limits, you will see only Chaitanya in everyone. Apart from that, but when we see from inside and outside, the karmic load, the karmashaya, what is carrying, is usually what we say the core of existence. The core of existence is different from core of the persons. That is personality. Personality core and the person's existential core. I exist independent of body and mind. The core of existence of everyone is Chaitanya. But at the core of the personality, that is the body-mind complex included with the Chaitanya. The Chaitanya is left over and its light that is emerging out in and through. Each layer is covered with dirt. They are all pure. They belong to Prakriti. Now mind, senses, the intellect, heart, all these are various layers, including the pranas. All these are in different layers. Each layer belongs to nature and by itself it is pure. But just like mirror is covered with dust, these are covered with kamini kanchana, attachments for enjoyments and possessions. So this covering makes the inner light flow dull externally. Externally we see there is not much light coming out. Then we say his core is his core, not his existential core. His core is dirty, or his core is less luminous, and another person's inner core, because all the layers covering the light can freely flow. They are transparent, not covered with dust, so it freely flows out. Sri Ramakrishna is differentiating one whose inner layers are covered with dust, like mirror. It can be washed, but the layer of ignorance covering, neither he is able to hold on to the divine nor to the world, because world is constantly giving pain and demands certain standards. I must be strong in this world. I must be, even to enjoy, I must have the qualities of enjoyability. I may be having so much desires, but I want to sit in a car and move about, but I may not be having money. So here also, in the world also, even to enjoy, you need certain standards. There it is spiritual, it's entirely different. It is how much you get rid of the possessions and attachments to the world. It all belongs to God ultimately. To know that everything belongs to God, nothing belongs to me. And God alone is doer, nobody else is doer, is jnana. So here he differentiates a person, because Vidyasagar, he wants to bring to the Vidyasagar, look within what is inside. He is looking outside, looking at the suffering of mankind, and he is eager to help. But he has not turned inward and seen what is within. The day he turns within, he can cross all the layers, he can cross all the hurdles so easily and get the self-knowledge. I am this. So the purpose of human life is to reach. Now all the layers are transparent. His inside core is the sound, and more sound than that boy. But his vision is outside. So Sri Ramakrishna wants to show him the inner self. So he is trying to divert. First, as soon as he came, he showed what is Maya. Now he is showing what is Vidya Maya, is keeping one by one layer within open, that he can easily go inside. He is filled with Vidya Maya, that boy is filled with Avidya Maya. This boy, the young man, is in the realm of the Vidya Maya, that another boy is in the realm of Avidya Maya. And Vidya Maya is leading to self-realization, God realization. Avidya Maya is getting entangled the jiva into the worldliness. So here Sri Ramakrishna is indicating slowly taking him, differentiating and showing practically he is showing this is what the Vidya Maya, this is what Vidya Maya. You are in the realm of Vidya Maya, you have crossed much of the region of the Vidya Maya also, and you are at the deliverance, that I have come to your door as the Lord of the universe has come to the door of Vidyasagar. For what? God to come to my door means what is my credential, what is my inside within me. So Sri Ramakrishna wants him just to peep inside, see me there. He has shown this another aspect of human. He is a nice young man. He is sound at the core. He is like river Palgu. The surface is covered with sand. But if you dig a little, you will find the water underneath. It is indirectly showing what you are within. After taking some of the sweets, the master with a smile began to speak to Vidyasagar. Meanwhile, the room had become filled with people. Some were standing, others were seated. We see, wherever master used to go, you will see that all those people who are associated with the person to whose house he goes will gather there. It is a natural thing. You see, a good person will have good companions. Spiritually oriented man will have spiritually oriented companions. Bad people will have bad companions. Sometimes these good go and fall in the some situation that bad people are presenting themselves to be good and helpful to the bad people. They are bad company. They want to exploit this goodness. When he goes to Yadu's house, nearby, Dakshineshwar, then he says to him, "Oh, these people are around you to exploit you, take away money from you, take advantage of you. They are not your real companions. They are not going to contribute anything to your spiritual life, nor you are mistaken them to be the helpful companions, but they are only praising you for getting some benefit from you." That is one side. He is correct. Human life is so short. They have to complete. They are on the verge of attaining God, and they are sitting with some small things around which is making them not to realize God. I see many people, even though they have become old, small attachments to grandchildren or a small house, they are not able to remove that. That small thing, if they snatch away, if they cut it off, they will see that he is going to attain God. That one small thing is binding and keeping. So with that they will live and continue the life of a householder in the next, with all things. That it is a seed that is going to germinate and bring a new plant itself, because all the memories, except spiritual memories, will fail with the fall of the body. So we will see here a new thing in the life of Sri Ramakrishna. Om Niranjanam Nityamanantarupam Bhaktanukampa Dhritavikraham Vai Ishavataram Parameshamidhyam Tam Ramakrishnam Shirasa Namamaha.